You ever wonder why some people seem to quietly, almost invisibly move ahead in life, while others, working just as hard, stay stuck in the same cycle year after year? It's not always the job, it's not always the paycheck, and it's definitely not luck. There's something deeper, something hidden, that separates those who quietly build wealth from those who constantly chase it. And here's the strange part. It doesn't look like what you'd expect. It's not a flashy investment, not some secret lottery ticket, not even a side hustle that burns you out. No. The difference often hides in plain sight, tucked inside those little daily decisions most people overlook. See, life in America today is loud, it's fast, it's competitive. Everywhere you turn, there's a push to spend, upgrade, subscribe, trade up, live bigger. Ads scream at you, trends pull at you. Even friends and family sometimes push you into choices you don't really need. And without realizing it, you start running on autopilot, making tiny decisions that feel harmless in the moment. But over time, they quietly drain your future. But here's where the story changes. Because the very same little choices, flipped, adjusted, reimagined, can start working in your favor. They don't just save money, they build momentum. They don't just shrink waste, they grow freedom. And the people who learn this, who see what others don't, end up creating something almost invisible from the outside. Silent wealth. And let me tell you, this kind of wealth doesn't announce itself. It doesn't shine on social media. It doesn't need to brag. It doesn't need applause. It works in the background day after day until one day, you look up and realize you're standing in a place you once thought was out of reach. So the real question is, what are those choices? How do they work? And why do they make such a $1 million difference over time? You know what's crazy? Right now in America, so many people are stuck in the exact same cycle. Work, earn, spend, stress, then start all over again. It feels endless, doesn't it? You hustle, you put in the hours, but somehow, at the end of the month, it's like the money just slips through your fingers. And here's the part nobody tells you. This doesn't have to be the normal way of life. Because in the very same economy, under the very same pressure, there are people who are quietly breaking free. They're not louder, they're not luckier, they're not gambling on risky shortcuts. No, they're simply making one shift that changes everything. It's small, it's simple, but it's powerful. They've built a buffer between their income and their spending. Instead of letting every dollar flow out the door, they automatically move a piece of it into a place that can't be touched, can't be swiped, can't be drained on impulse. At first it looks ordinary, but over time it becomes extraordinary. And here's where the story gets real. The first time life throws an emergency at you, the car breaks down, the bill shows up, the appliance quits. You don't panic anymore. You don't swipe the credit card at 20% interest. You don't drown in debt. You pay it. You handle it. You move forward. That peace in the moment, it's priceless. Then, the grip of debt itself starts to loosen. Right now, credit cards are trapping millions of Americans, minimum payments eating away at their future. But once you've built even a small cushion, you don't need those cards for survival. That money you saved, it's a shield, protecting you from a cycle that holds so many people down. And slowly, momentum kicks in. The account that once felt tiny begins to grow. Hundreds turn into thousands, and you realize you're no longer standing in the same place. You've created something real, something solid, something that's quietly changing your life. But the biggest shift? Confidence. Because money stress, it's heavy. It ruins focus, it hurts relationships, it steals your energy. But when you know, deep down, that you're building wealth in the background, you walk differently, you think differently, you live differently. That confidence spills into everything, your work, your family, your decisions. And then, without anyone noticing, you gain the quietest advantage of all, a head start. While most people are still spinning on the same wheel, earn, spend, repeat, you're moving in a different direction. They don't see it yet, but one day they will. And when they're scrambling to catch up, you'll already be standing on solid ground. That's the power of silent wealth. So yes, the market is tough, the costs are heavy, the pressure is real. But the shift begins here. Not with waiting. Not with luck. Not with hoping for someday. It begins today. With the decision to control how your money moves and with the daily choices that quietly, silently, build the future you've been chasing. So here's where it gets interesting. Saving is the beginning, but it's not the finish line. Because silent wealth doesn't just sit in a bank account. It grows, it multiplies, it turns quiet decisions into real power over time. And that's the part most people miss. See, in today's America, opportunities are everywhere, but they don't always shout. They don't come with fireworks, they don't go viral, they don't make headlines. The smartest moves usually look boring at first. But boring has built more millionaires than flashy ever has. Take this for example. Many Americans who started by simply saving a small slice of their paycheck eventually use that cushion for something bigger. Instead of letting money get eaten by inflation, they begin shifting a piece into simple, steady investments. Not risky bets, not overnight trades, but things that quietly grow, year after year. A retirement account, an index fund, even small contributions into employer plans, moves that don't feel exciting today, but in 10 years, 20 years, they change everything. Others use that silent savings as leverage to cut out debt completely. Imagine this. You've got a cushion, you've got breathing room, and now instead of paying interest every month, you flip the script. You pay down balances faster, you stop wasting money on interest, and you redirect those payments into your own future. That switch alone, going from paying banks to paying yourself, is one of the most powerful transformations in wealth building. And then there are those who take it one step further. With a safety net in place, they have the courage to explore opportunities others can't touch. Maybe it's buying a used car in cash instead of financing, saving thousands. Maybe it's putting money into a small side business that actually pays back. Maybe it's even owning a share of real estate with friends or family, something that begins small but grows into an asset they never thought possible. Here's the key. The people building silent wealth aren't waiting for the perfect market. They're not waiting for inflation to drop, or for housing to suddenly become affordable, or for some miracle raise at work. They're using what they have today, discipline, consistency, small steps, and they're letting time do the heavy lifting. And the benefits? They show up in ways that most outsiders don't notice. While others stress about credit card bills, they're debt-free. While others panic about layoffs, they've got a cushion. While others can't imagine retirement, they're on their way. And it all started, not with a windfall, but with the quiet decision to redirect small choices every single day. So let this sink in. Silent wealth is not about chasing what's loud, what's trending, what looks exciting in the moment. It's about boring, steady, repeatable steps that stack over time. It's about turning your money into an ally instead of an enemy. So here's the question you need to ask yourself. How much longer are you willing to wait? How many more months, how many more years will pass before you decide to change the direction of your money, the direction of your life? Because the truth is, nothing shifts until you do. We've seen it. Families, young professionals, retirees, ordinary Americans, in the very same economy, facing the very same struggles, quietly rewriting their financial story. They didn't win the lottery. They didn't stumble into a lucky break. They simply chose to stop letting their money control them and to start controlling their money. And here's the part that matters. Silent wealth is not a theory. It's not a dream. It's not someday. It's already happening. Right now, as you watch this, people across the country are stacking small choices, building cushions, killing debt, investing steadily, creating opportunities, and in a few short years their lives look completely different. But the tragedy? Most won't make that shift. They'll keep spending without thinking. They'll keep living paycheck to paycheck. They'll keep waiting for the perfect moment that never arrives. And years from now they'll look back with regret, wishing they had started when they first had the chance. Don't let that be your story. Don't let another year slip away in survival mode. Silent wealth isn't about being rich tomorrow. It's about building freedom brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. Because here's the secret. When you finally take control, when you finally decide that your money will no longer slip away unnoticed, you unlock something bigger than dollars. You unlock peace. You unlock confidence. You unlock a future where you're no longer chasing, no longer stressed, no longer stuck. You unlock the life you've been working for all along. So the decision is right here, right now. Stay on the cycle, or step off. Keep letting money disappear, or start building the kind of wealth that grows silently, steadily, powerfully, until one day, it changes everything. The choice is yours, and the time is now.